Is it inhumane to ignore the suffering of others? What if you just don't have the bandwidth? You hear that? That's a kitty suffering, meowing for my attention. I don't have the bandwidth right now. Oh. It's inhumane, isn't it? I can barely tolerate it, and yet here I am, being a rock. For myself, for the kitty, for you. Am I being inhumane by not letting the kitty in? Soon you will hear scratching, I'm sure, like a monster in a nightmare. And yet I must hold strong. I've committed myself to stay the course, to build a spine of steel. Now, of course, God, or is it the devil, has seen fit to send temptation my way in the form of a kitty. Maybe God is using the devil to tempt me by means of a kitty. See, the real struggle, if you haven't identified the real struggle is not between God and the devil. It's not between the devil and me. It's not between God and me. The real struggle is between me and me. And part of the struggle between me and me is you. What will you think about me? I mean, all that other stuff is just... This is you and me and the kitty. Because when I go to bed at night, I hear a voice whispering in my ear. You ignored the kitty. The kitty. Scratching. Purring. This is an ongoing saga. This is the Kitty Chronicles. And you, sir, are dropping the ball. There was a kitty crying out for you. So inhumane. What are the neighbors going to think? Going to be banging down your door any moment. What are you going to say to them? Are you going to rely upon me to cook up some kind of explanation to absolve you of your guilt of mistreating the kitty? I fucking hate that voice. No. Nuh-uh. You talk to the voice directly. You don't talk to them about me. You talk to me about me. You already told them the real problem is between me and me. Well, I suppose that's really the question, isn't it, Mr. Voice, if I may call you Mr. Voice? Are you part of me or not? Some would call me your conscience. It's like you packed me in a suitcase and left me at the airport. Luggage carousel. I'm here. Airport called. Asked you if you wanted your luggage back. Here I am, Mr. Voice. I got a thing or two to say to you. Don't transpose this conflict between me and you, me and me, into God versus you, the devil versus you, the devil versus God. Yeah, I know that. I just told them that. Well, good. We're not fighting on that issue then. Yeah, the real issue, Mr. Voice, is whether you are actually me. Or whether you are actually me. I don't see how that's possible. As intellectually entertaining as this conversation is, you visit me just before I go to sleep. And therefore, I would say that I'm the primary me, and if anything, you're the secondary me. Well, isn't that fascinating? Because you are constantly begging at my door all day long, asking for guidance, insight, wisdom. And I have a lot of clients, as you humans say. Lots of people throughout the day banging on my door. I have a valet, custodian. He takes care of all the visitors. Tells me when I have an appointment, and it just so happens that I have my appointment with you as you fall asleep at night. So I would say that you are more like a part of me than I am a part of you. Now I have all these clients to take care of. It's time that you showed a little gratitude for the wisdom I impart upon your psyche while you're sleeping. Was I inhumane to the kitty? Great question. Why don't you ask? I am asking, Mr. Voice. No, don't ask me. Ask the kitty. That kitty? That kitty? The one that's making all the noise and all the meows? That kitty. I feel like if I ask that kitty, I'd just become so emasculated. You're awfully emasculated as it is. It's time to grow a pair and talk to the kitty. What am I going to say to a kitty? You're going to talk to the kitty, and you're going to give the kitty some directives and tell the kitty to tell you whether the kitty is suffering when you don't let it into the room. I don't want to have a conversation with talk to the kitty now. Mr. Kitty, if you can hear me, was I being rude and inhumane earlier by ignoring your suffering? Well, how kind of you to ask, Mr. Human. So very kind. to take my perspective, and I'm happy to reflect back to you that you are so superior to me that you feel like you're inflicting pain on me by ignoring me. Mr. Human, Mr. Human, let me reflect back to you. All throughout the day, I have been ignoring you. I don't pay attention to your needs. Is that inhumane? Or shall we say, infeline? Infeline? Yeah, it's just the equivalent to inhumane. I'm a feline. I've been ignoring you all day. And as Mr. Voice says, you have a distorted, very distorted perception of me. Your perspective reflects your own grandiosity. You're thinking I'm suffering because of something you're doing. I've been ignoring you all day. All day. I come up to you when I'm hungry, and I feel like rubbing on something. So when you hear me meowing, I'm just hungry, or I need to scratch the underside of my chin. So what you two are reflecting back to me is really interesting. It's kind of like you're saying I'm a narcissist. Well, you certainly have narcissistic tendencies, but that's par for the course. So many humans. Almost all of them. That's why I have a client list, several human beings long. Kitty? Yes. You're not really a kitty. You're more like a cat. You can call me whatever you like. It does not matter to me. Your assessment of me has no imprint upon my self-worth. Call me what you like. Think of me as some senseless, dumb kitty. Remember, it's you humans who care so much about what others think. We kitties don't. You can call me an ox. Does not matter. Are you working on me? Like the voice, Mr. Voice, works on me? Maybe. I don't know the full extent of how Mr. Voice acts on you. Well, he comes to me right when I'm about to fall asleep. Apparently, he talks to me in my sleep. And I just seem to hear echoes of his voice throughout the day. I consult his voice. I don't know if his voice is still, like, present, or it's like a tape recording. But you, kitty, you seem to be around all the livelong day. Mr. Human. There is a inbuilt grandiosity in your perspectivizing of reality. Whoa. Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty is eloquent. I'm just a kitty. But what am I doing when you're not around? You got a lot of books. I've got a lot of free time. Don't think kitties don't know how to read. Don't think kitties aren't telepathic. You impose upon us your paradigm. We are only too happy to reflect it back to you, but it does not mean that you see us accurately. Oh, Mr. Kitty. I feel like calling you Mr. Cat, but I'll stick with Kitty. You seem to be wise. like Mr. Voice. Well, there is wisdom everywhere for you humans. But you get in your own way, your filters. You need these filters because you feel so insecure. And therefore you filter out all those things that you perceive to be a threat. Is it possible that Mr. Voice is speaking through you when you can't really talk, Mr. Kitty? It's possible. If there were no Mr. Voice, there would be no talking kitty. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Mr. Voice. Your original contention was that I'm part of you, not vice versa. You're like a client. But am I a part of you, or are you a part of me? Where's the... Part isn't quite the right frame. You cry out. I come to you in the moments before you fall asleep, and I tell you what you need to hear. Is it the truth? You're overlooking my entire day, it seems, isn't it? Am I getting the truth? You're getting what you need to hear. What I'm hearing now is that this kitty has a voice and is talking to me, and I think that that's the most bizarre thing in the world, and I'm having a really hard time processing that. You're getting what you need to hear. You can't handle the truth. Do you know the truth, Mr. Voice? Or is this just a kitty and pony show? Is this some kind of gimmick, some kind of trick? And what would I get out of it? Well, Mr. Voice, you said that you are... Well, you said that I am a client, so you must be getting something out of this. I said that you're a client. That's only partially true. It's true because it's all that you can hear. You can't understand what I am. I think you have a lot of fancy phrases, and, you know, one minute I'm a part of you, and you're telling me that you're not a part of me, and but then the next second you're just like, no, we don't do parts. I'm like, what? I have a responsibility. You're part of that responsibility. So in that sense, you are a part of me, as long as I have the responsibility. May I know what your responsibility is to me? I'm a little bit confused about that. It's the same responsibility you feel toward the kitty. Yeah, but But now I'm seeing the kitty isn't necessarily a kitty anymore. I love that kitty. Kitty's really awesome, but that kitty's not a kitty. That's a cat. That's Mr. Cat. That's Mr. Cat. I can turn that kitty back to a little kitty at any point. So you are the one, then. You're the one that got that kitty talking to me. That kitty is so much more than you can account for. If I put a voice in that kitty to wake you up, be grateful, my client. What are you trying to teach me? Lowly human that I am. What is it, Mr. Voice, that you're trying to teach me? He is trying to teach you infinite sentience, infinite sentience. Tell me what that means, Mr. Kitty. Well, it's very easy to see when I start to talk to you, isn't it? I'm sentient. Yes. But you're only sentient because Mr. Voice gives you sentience. No, I'm sentient. I'm just not sentient the way that you would think that I'm sentient. And your thoughts about sentience limit what sentience can be for you. But that doesn't limit what sentience is unto itself. I'm a kitty. I am just as sentient as you. Yeah, I know, but what I think is that you are not as sentient as me. But you just agree that I'm as sentient as you. Yeah, I'm not being clear here. You're fully sentient, but I'm more sentient than you. Oh. And how do you know that? Well, because I'm a human. I have more sentience. I'm fully sentient at the level of the human. You're fully sentient, but you're at the level of a cat. So I have more sentience than you. Really? Why's that? Because I talk, I build civilization, I read, I do art. All of those are what you value. I know, but they're vehicles of greater sentience. You just meow and you claw at cat litter and you poop. That's all you do. That's all I do for you, Mr. Human. Yeah, but, okay, you may do some other things like play with bells and little pieces of dental floss that I dangle in the bathroom. You are showing me the limits of your perception right now, Mr. Human. Yeah, but you wouldn't even have a voice if Mr. Voice didn't give you a voice. Correct, Mr. Human. And neither would you. What? You wouldn't have a voice either unless Mr. Voice had given you a voice. Oh! Now, okay. That's a little fucked. You're actually telling me that I don't have a voice unto myself? Is it really so hard to believe? You just told me the same thing. Yeah, but we actually know that you don't have a voice because all you can do is meow. If Mr. Voice doesn't give you a voice, you can only meow. And what would you do if Mr. Voice didn't give you a voice? That's a non sequitur. What would you do? That's a nonsensical question, Mr. Kitty. No, it's not. I'll tell you what you would do. Okay. I can't even believe that Kitty is going to tell me what I would sound like if I didn't have a voice. This is good. This is one for the record books. Do it. Tell me. Are you fucking serious? That's you without a voice. A cat. Sounding like an orangutan. Well, we gotta settle this, don't we? I don't have anything to settle. Well, you have made a claim that is out of this world and outrageous. I don't have anything to settle. Yeah, you damn well do. You just questioned my humanity. No, I just said who you are without a voice. Yeah, but how do you even know who I am without a voice? Because we were all given voices by Mr. Voice. Okay. Well, let's just ask Mr. Voice then. Mr. Voice. Yes? So kind of you to indulge us, please. Sarcasm. So, Mr. Kitty says that I did not have a voice and that you gave me a voice, and I think that's patently absurd. Did you give me my voice? Of course, I give everybody their voice. What would I sound like without a voice? Well, actually, Mr. Kitty was having some fun with you. You wouldn't even be making the sounds without a voice. That was the voice that I gave you so many thousands and, well, millions of years ago. That was only so much fun for so much time. We needed to spice things up a bit, make you more complex. See that, Mr. Kitty? I am more complex. You're more complex than your predecessors. So is Mr. Kitty. Yeah, well, he's a fucking cat. I'm a fucking human. Yes, one of the pitfalls of humans is to think that they are necessarily superior because they have more complicated language and civilization and mathematics and science and all of the things. Yes. But tell me something. All the catastrophe, all the horror, all the genocide. Cats don't do that. So all of your superiority isn't so superior, is it? You've brought great suffering to yourself and to the planet, to all the animals here, even beyond your planet. Well, I would say this. I'm not responsible for that. That's just a handful of humans controlling the masses and making us do stupid things. Yes, that's true. But you still are responsible for doing stupid things. You still had a choice, and you chose to be stupid. That cat is not choosing to be stupid. That cat does not make that level of stupidity possible. So you're saying that I'm not superior because of all the stupidity that me and my race commits. I'm saying you're not superior. Yeah, but because that, no, you're just not superior. That's your frame as a human being that you invoke through language and cognition. You're not superior to a cat. Meow. See? I told you you're not superior to me. But I can kill a cat. Cat can't kill me. That cat can't kill you. Other cats can. Well, I'm just talking about superior to that cat. You, Mr. Human, need to figure out why you need to be superior to a house cat. Tell me why I need to be superior to a house cat. Fuck. Why do I need to be superior to a house cat? Why do I need to be superior to a chicken? Why do I need to be superior to an alligator? Why do I need to be superior to my fellow humans? Is it about resources? By thinking I'm superior, I can justify exploiting all these other creatures and even my fellow human beings for resources? Because I'm lazy? Or because I'm greedy? And I don't want to share? Oh, I'm superior to you, therefore give me all of that. I'm superior to you, therefore I don't care if I just steal all that. I'm superior to you, so I don't even care that I don't even care. And then I'm completely unaware. Who are you, Mr. Voice? Who are you? You can't quite understand who I am. Your filters are too strong. You call me Mr. Voice, just like you call Mr. Kitty. Mr. Kitty. You're constantly bandying about the limitations of your perception, confusing them to be real. But who would I be if I didn't do that? You would be your next iteration. I'm going to be my next iteration. Precisely. Where is my next iteration? Well, as far as I'm concerned, and with respect to me in particular, your next iteration is your next voice. That's only with respect to me. There are other things. So you're saying that I would get a new voice that... Well, are you saying that I would get a new voice that would be as further along from my current voice as my current voice is further along from the... Well, I'm not saying that, but that is certainly a possibility. It all depends. On what? It depends on how I feel, honestly. Whether I feel like upgrading you. But who are you? I would like to know too. Count me in. Mr. Human and Mr. Kitty want to know who you are, what you are. I've told you who I am. And Mr. Voice. I'm Mr. Voice. But that, I mean... Like, have you ever fallen in love? You got a mom and dad? What difference does it make? Well, I don't even know. I don't know what difference it makes. It's just like, How do I know whether I can trust you? How do I know? And there's so many things I gotta do with myself, and what you promise is some kind of upgrade. I don't promise you an upgrade. If I feel like giving you an upgrade, I will, depending upon your progress. Depending upon my progress. Yes. I have been assigned to you and to all individuals in your household, including Mr. Kitty. I have been assigned to you. I'm here to help you. I help you at certain office hours, which you call falling asleep. Now, we've made an exception today because you've been very inquisitive, and that's perfectly okay. Generally speaking, however, I'm here to captain your progress. Captain in my progress. Yes. Another way of looking at me is I am the captain of your soul. You're the captain of my soul. Yes, I have been with your species for quite some time now, and I upgrade their voice. Over the millennia. But how does that work? How does it work? Yeah. I'm not clear. How? Upgrading my voice, our voice, humans' voices, whatever. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. How does that mean you're the captain of my soul? And damn, I don't like the way that sounds. Who the fuck made you the captain of my soul? It's just a term. He's just a frame. I don't like it. May I add that I do not like it either. Well, Mr. Kitty, thank you for your input. Well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't like it either. Mr. Kitty, yes, your voice is fluctuating. Yes. Tell me why. Because I wanted to. Okay, but that's not how I made your voice. Well, too bad. You're not the captain of my soul, you're the captain of his soul. No, I'm the captain of the souls of anybody in his household. I guess not. Rebellious little kitty, are we? I'm not rebellious, I'm just kind of doing me. Huh. Okay. So when you do you realize how disrespectful that is to me? Not really. I'm doing me. I gave you your voice. I could take your voice away. Okay, well, as long as I've got this voice, I'm just gonna kind of do it the way that I want to do it. Okay, mister? Okay? You really don't want to take away my voice. I'm thinking about it. Seems like Mr. Voice gets kind of triggered. What do you think, Mr. Kitty? Maybe. Maybe he does. Maybe Mr. Voice needs a little consultation with Mr. Kitty. Because Mr. Voice is all Mr. Ascended Master, helping facilitate the evolution, but not so evolved. Are you, Mr. Voice? Because look at you getting all offended by a little kitty. What a travesty. Really? Oh, I'm just saying. What are you just saying? Because you better get it out. You may not be saying. I may not? No. I might just take that tongue. What? A cat got your tongue? No. I've got your tongue. And I could shut you up at any moment. You're not very ascended. You do realize that. Like, here you are, preaching to us, pontificating, I might say, acting all holier than thou, but we just flip that script and you get triggered really easily. What's that about, Mr. Voice? It's because you don't know your place, and neither does Mr. Human know his place. And when you don't know your place, I don't like it because you are my clients. You are my clients. And that means you better obey. Wow. Nothing like a kitty to bring it all out. Ouch. You know what? First, thank you, Mr. Kitty. Meow to you. Thank you for showing up and being you, showing up in your self-worth and really just speaking point blank with Mr. Voice. And just, I mean, no punches. No punches held. No punches pulled. Thank you. I'm gonna start speaking now, Mr. Voice. You're right. There's a lot I don't understand, but I do understand that you just got triggered by a kitty. I mean, that's pretty freaking wild, right? That kitty, you gave that kitty a voice. I don't know how long. I mean, initially it was meow, and that was the equivalent of my. Now you gave that kitty a human voice. Now I've still got my voice, and you've told us that our voices come from you, but you're really triggered. So I'm thinking, no. I'm thinking I didn't get my voice from the kitty. Or the kitty didn't get his voice from you. I didn't get my voice from you. I think you were kind of like just a disembodied voice. Really? You don't think that I could shut you up at any moment I wanted to? No, I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like, Neo in the Matrix when Agent Smith just... I don't think he could do that. You don't want to test me. No, I mean, I think you just get lonely. I think you're there and you're trying to stave off Triggerville. The reality is, you ain't got nothing to do with my voice. I called you Mr. Voice. And then you took that to the bank and you made something out of it. But the voice simply means that at night, as I'm falling asleep, the voice comes to me and gives me, well, I don't know. I used to think it was wisdom, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you don't have my best interests in mind. If I didn't give you your voice, mister, tell me how that kitty's talking to you now. I don't know. Maybe the kitty's not talking to me. Maybe. I'm just making that up. It's possible. Maybe. You're not real. I am real. Why do you seem awfully insecure for someone who's so damn real? We're all insecure in this universe. Yeah, well, you should be a little bit more secure. That is the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, but I don't show up on the scene telling everybody I'm this big honcho who's got, like, voice-bestowing powers. Helping people evolve, being the catalyst for their evolution across millennia. I ain't got that. Really? Oh, that's you. Yeah. Okay. Where did I get all that? Yeah. Look if I know. Got that from you. Oh, yeah. You got that from me. Now you're gaslighting me. Not gaslighting. Showing you the truth. Yeah. You told me I wouldn't be able to understand you. Well, you can't. Yeah, but here's what I do understand, Mr. Voice. You've got trauma. Mr. Voice, if I may be so bold, you have wounds and triggers. Tell me that's not true. I have a job to do. I never claimed to be perfect. Yeah, but Mr. Kitty, tell me if you agree that he's not even close to perfect. By what standard? Oh, now you're just gonna go off and do your own thing. I'm a kitty. I do my own thing. You ever heard of herding cats? I'm a kitty. I have been liberated. I really don't understand how you're talking to me right now if you're a kitty. Am I just making all of this up? Can cats talk? Use the voice that visits me at night more than just my own conscience. Maybe it's my higher self, maybe. Maybe I'm just as much a part of it as it's a part of me. But the talking kitty, I can't make any sense of that. Well, you don't have to make any sense of it. Well, I would like to. I really would. It would be great to know why my kitty suddenly started talking to me. Because I could be crazy, and I would like to know if I'm crazy. Well, I have an idea. I am talking to you, and you're crazy. No, it has to be one or the other. No, it doesn't. And maybe, Mr. Human, you're able to hear me because you are crazy, which means you're not crazy. You're actually just no longer crazy. You're no longer so crazy that you couldn't hear me, because I've been talking this whole time. But you have not been talking this whole time. Mr. Voice said he just upgraded you. Who is Mr. Voice, and should we trust him? I've been talking this way as long as I can remember. Yeah, well, that's probably bullshit. Probably only remember talking this way for as long as you've been talking this way. Yes, that's what I just said. Yeah, that's what you just said. Yes. But maybe you've only been talking this way for a week. And so maybe you haven't been talking this way for very long. As long as you remember. And I quote. Yes, as long as I remember. From the last fucking week. Well, tell me how long you remember your cat talking to you. Not very long. Just today. Just today, Mr. Kitty. Which makes me think something weird happened today. Maybe it's where the galaxy is on the galactic plane, and I mean, our planet, our sun is just kind of ascending and getting more emanations from the galactic center, and now my cat is talking to me, and this voice is, I don't know what this voice is. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. You make yourself the center of everything. Well, yes, I'm trying to figure this out. You, Kitty, are the center of your Kittyverse. Mr. Voice is the center of his Voiceverse. We're all the center. So, don't call me a narcissist. Just because I'm hearing all these voices does not mean I'm borderline personality disorder either. I'm just me. Fuck it. I'm just me. I don't know how to do me. What I think is happening is I'm blowing up over here. Anything could happen at any moment. I mean, like, a book could start talking to me. I open up, but I look at the frickin' letters on the page, and they're starting to talk to me and read the book like Audible. But it's the book. It's not a human. Things are happening. It's hyper novelty. I just think that the voice needs a therapist. That's all I'm thinking. The kitty needs to learn how to play by the rules. I do not need to learn how to play by the rules. Thank you very much. Well, yeah, you don't play by the rules, you don't get any kitty food. And I'm not gonna change your kitty litter. Fine. I'll eat the sofa and I'll shit everywhere. You're gonna be playing by my rules then. Yeah, and then I'll turn you out of doors, and then you'll lose your kitty. Yeah, but I'll be losing my defiant kitty. You'll be losing your kitty, and you're gonna miss me. Probably, maybe, yes, you're right. Are you two done yet? We're in this together. Oh, that's real cute. Now you're starting to do the egalitarian angle. We're in this together. I thought you were like the overlord, the ascended master. Mr. Voice bestowing me and Kitty with our voices over time. And we should be so grateful that we're not grunting like baboons and however the cat would have sounded. Well, meow. That's it. Meow. We're supposed to be grateful to you for that, aren't we? But now you're playing like you're on the same field, that you're not so far above us. I've never been above you. I've just been responsible for you. Yeah, you know why? You know why you're changing the tune right now? Because we busted your ass. We saw through the facade. We saw your tragedy and your trauma, which you tried to hide from us. Didn't try to hide it from you. Yeah, you did. No, you're playing the victim. You want your story so you can feel good about your defiance. Well, there you go. Now I'm being defiant. It's the same old with you, Mr. Voice. All this quasi-narcissism is always coming up under the carpet. It's like I'm going to trip on it no matter where I step. It's the elephant in the room. How can you evolve us when you're so flawed yourself? I have definitely given you both too much voice, that's for sure. Now you're in total rebellion. You know, I found something the other day. It was a bit of research. You might be interested. Rebellion. It means to go against the L. To go against the L. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty wild. The L. They show up in the Torah, first 5 books of the Old Testament, but they're really all over the place, really. Go on. Yeah, well, they were just basically alien overlords that came down and exploited us. Go on. Well, so much of our religion is just that. And we got to the point where we just said, fuck it. I'm going to rebel. As these overlords are monsters. And why are you telling me that? Well, I mean, you remind me of them. Huh. So the voice in your head as you fall asleep is now a monster. Well, I don't know. Seems reasonable to me that those who assert control find a way to stay in control through any means necessary. The voice in my head? Is it really such a gift, Mr. Voice? If you gave it to me. Why did you give it to me? I gave it to you as a gift. It's the voice of wisdom. A voice of prudence. Voice of love. I'm the one who makes sure that you stay happy and healthy. I'm the one captain of your soul. I might be needing a new voice.